What's up, AFTERBUZZ TV? My name is Lauren LoGrasso. I am here with someone who has been deeply influential in my life. His name's Jason Land. He is an entrepreneur, guitar teacher, session musician, and wait for it, hand model. Stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss this.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Woo! Listen to a little Johnny Be Good with the one and only Jason Land.
Jason Be Good.
You better be.
2017, Jason Be Good.
Yeah, we're a few days in, but you know, you want to start it off strong. And we did this morning.
Yeah.
On the guitar.
Absolutely. You didn't want to come in?
I
pushed
did.
you. I was like, come on in. Grease the wheels. Let's go.
Yeah, we greased the wheels. Jason is my guitar teacher, if you can't tell. I was saying to my executive producer, you're literally the reason for everything good musically in my life.
I appreciate that.
I trace it back to you. No, I appreciate that. Thank God for Yelp. That's how I found you. Just crazy. But because you made me a teacher, I became so much more strong as a songwriter. I got introduced to my amazing music producer, Jeff. I took a great class where I met a lot of great musicians. Like, everything good has come back to you, so awesome. I thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure.
And I can't wait to kind of delve deeper into you and how you got to where you are and how you got to be such a powerhouse of a teacher, because I really feel that the way you teach has the power to change this world profoundly.
I hope so.
Yeah, I know so.
Brick by brick is what we say around the studio. Brick by brick.
Brick by brick. Yeah, you're definitely doing that. So I want to know, when did you first know that you wanted to be a musician and be involved in music?
Pretty early on. I think there was two phases of my musical journey. When I was in third grade, I wanted to play saxophone. But I didn't realize that I didn't want to take lessons. I just wanted to hold the saxophone
and be a kick-ass guy.
And like be the star. Like, I remember being in my front yard and just holding the saxophone and like dancing around, and then be like, you gotta take lessons to play. No, I'm dating myself there. I don't think that was around by then. But I didn't have a good instructor, and you know, they didn't show music to me the right way, you know, and put it in a way that is exciting for, you know, a kid. But then when I was 13, I saw the Led Zeppelin documentary called "The Song Remains the Same."
Okay.
And I distinctively remember watching that and going, I want to do that. I want to be involved in that. And that moment, it just struck me, and I got a guitar for Christmas a couple months later, and went from there. Did you have a teacher initially, or were you teaching yourself? Yeah. I had a guy, I grew up in New Jersey, so I had a guy at the local shop, and he was good. He was like, and it was a nice balance of stuff I wanted to do and stuff he thought was important. And then I'm pretty self-motivated, so I just kind of... It's very disciplined. Like, I come in there and I'm like, whoa, I don't know if I can handle it, but you bring me to your level, which I appreciate. Good. Yeah. Good. So I taught myself, and with a mixture of just having teachers throughout my entire career and just always just pushing the envelope. So the teachers that you had, were they more like, okay, now I'm going to teach you this scale and how it works? Because the way Jason teaches, which is so unique, the way you teach is you take the song, like what was the first song in the track? We're going to get deeper into this, but Radioactive. Okay, so you take a song and you teach the skill set that the song has in it. So you're learning music theory as you go along and as you play these songs that you want to learn anyway. So how did your teacher frame it for you when you were growing up? I was probably a challenge for my early teachers, because I was very like, this is what I want to do. I want to be a songwriter. I want to be a professional guitar player. What songs, what techniques do I need to know? Like, prepare me. I remember going into, it was the second teacher I had, and I was in high school, and I had it in my mind that I was going to move to California and be a professional songwriter and guitar player. So I go in and meet this new instructor, and I'm like, I'm going to be a professional songwriter. I'm going to be a professional guitar player. Like, not like I might be, I want to. I'm like, no, I am. What do I need to know? And he gave me this whole array of skills, like how to play slide guitar, how to figure out different ways to play chords, how to create strum patterns. So it really worked for me. It was a very unconventional way of learning, but it worked for me because it really got to what was interesting to me. And as I said, I'm pretty self-motivated, so it was that mixed with learning specific songs that really motivated me, and writing. So a lot of my guitar playing, my learning of guitar playing, came from me discovering through songs that I would write.
Through songs you'd write?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
So were you just like playing around and you realized you were playing a cool chord, or how did that come about? How did you
I think
become better through that?
It was taking chords that I knew that either an instructor had shown me or I figured out on my own, and then incorporating that into something that was meaningful to me, right? A piece of music that was meaningful to me. And at the same time, making mistakes and going, well, that's cool, or no, that's terrible. You know, like,
so how long into your guitar playing and you're taking these lessons how long did it take for you to really be like, I am a guitar player? Or did you feel that right off the get-go?
No,
you're
actually,
so confident.
I didn't. I always wanted to be a songwriter first. So the first 15 years of me playing guitar was to get a song across. I wasn't interested in like being a virtuoso player or anything like that. It was never my intention. I just liked practicing.
Really?
Yeah, I just liked practicing and just doing that. But later on, after I got pretty burnt out on the songwriting world, I really dived deep into guitar playing and studied all of the worlds of that. And now I would consider myself a guitar player.
So it took you that long
to classify myself as a guitar player? Yeah.
Wow. I have faith for myself now, because I think I feel the same way about myself. You know, I started much later in life, but that's interesting, because when you first moved to LA, you were dead set on being a huge rock star, correct?
Absolutely.
So tell me about that process and what you did in that era of your life.
So I used to hang pictures of California in my locker in high school to motivate me, because I wanted to get the hell out of New Jersey. And I would just be like, this is where I'm going to go. So right after graduating high school, I spent a year playing in Philadelphia and in New York, just various bands, just kind of getting my chops. And then went to a music school in Florida called Full Sail to learn audio production. And then right from there, I moved out to LA and started my career, which I didn't really know what was going to happen. I knew I wanted to write songs. I knew I wanted to be in a rock and roll band. And I ended up getting in a band, starting a band, and was there for 4 years probably. And then after that experience, moved into the session work, playing, and then professional songwriting and dabbling in all that. And through that whole process got me to what my passion really is, which is coaching.
Yeah.
And then, now I'm getting older. I'm more interested in business.
Well, yeah, but I think it's a natural trajectory so that you can have more of an impact.
Yeah.
Because the bigger you get, the more you can get that message out there.
Yeah.
Do you remember an exact moment where something clicked for you and you're like, oh, like my real dream was on the path to what I thought was my dream? Do you remember that moment when you realized?
It happened over a course of several weeks. So my wife and I were getting married, and in a coming year, and I had to make a decision. Am I going to like really become head of household here, or am I going to just keep messing around and trying to make it as a guitar player or whatever? And I spent several weeks just thinking. I would sit outside at my house, like literally just thinking. I'd have a huge whiteboard, those like dry erase boards.
Yeah, like that one. There's one right on the wall.
Exactly. I would sit outside with this board for 4 or 5 hours, 5 days a week, literally for like 2 months, and just write pros and cons.
Shut up!
I'm not even kidding.
You must have wanted to die.
No.
You liked it
because I knew it was such a pivotal moment in my life that I had to decide: am I going to let go of this? Chasing this guitar thing and not really being in control of my career, for something that's a little more secure and something that I'm more drawn to. So I did the pros and cons of each world, and decided to go with the current against the current instead of against the current, because I just found that when you're trying to cut it as a session guitar player or as an artist or as a pro songwriter, you're always at somebody else's decision. You know, like there was always a publisher that would be like, nah, that song doesn't work. You know, even though me and the co-writer or whoever would really believe in it, it's always there's always a gatekeeper, right? Or if you're a gigging musician, you're at the whims of the artist or whoever's paying to have you there, right? Maybe they don't want to tour.
You always have a master,
right? And that's not how I function. You know,
Right.
I need to be in control of me, and I gotta carve my own path. So knowing what I like, really recognizing what I was good at, which was coaching, and understanding that I could really make a go at this and I can control my destiny at this point, it came across during that time of just sitting outside and just reflecting, you know, and being okay with that and being okay with letting go of this other path that I thought I wanted to do and kind of weaving that into something that I know I'm good at.
Right.
It's a pretty interesting process, though.
But was there one moment when it clicked, like one of those 5-hour sessions where you just finally had the revelation, or was it the compilation of all those put
Definitely
together?
a compilation. Definitely
Wow.
a compilation. It really, a lot of that time was me being good with moving on. You know, like, because I don't want to have regrets. I don't want to be 90 years old and be like, I wish I would have stuck
And you
out
don't
there.
have any regrets about leaving
No,
it behind?
not at all.
Yeah.
Because what I do now is tenfold more rewarding than being in front of 1,000 people playing guitar. You know,
Right.
it's really elevated me as a guitar player, because when you get to go internal as a player, that's where the real magic is. So instead of like trying to entertain people in an audience, and you start entertaining yourself by focusing on the sounds of every note and not having the pressure of making a career as a guitar player, it was like a window was open. And this is definitely, the past 5 years at least, have been the best part of my musical career. I feel like I'm the most authentic guitar player that I've been.
Wow. Can you explain a little bit more of what you mean by going internal?
Yes. So recognizing in yourself what works and what doesn't, right? So I think that's just really just a maturity thing. At least, you know, I'm still going through that. Is that we have these external factors or feelings that we should impress people, or we want to you know, project this stuff out into the world, and we want people to recognize us for this or that.
Yeah.
That's all external, right? That's outside of you, and a lot of people call that ego. But when you can turn the opposite way and go in and go, what motivates me? What makes me feel good? You know, and like really dive into that to me would be internal, right? Like really recognizing and being good with that and focusing on that first, motivating yourself from a point of happiness, you know?
So now you're a guitar player to satisfy your deeper self versus, oh, I need to be a great guitar player so I can get these gigs and impress the world.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's really cool.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And I really try and convey that to all of my students and throughout our method, you know, even students that I don't personally work with, is that's what's most important. If you really want to get the magic of playing an instrument, I mean, we deal with guitar, but really this will work on any instrument. You have to go within. You have to do it for you and find that joy and that flow state within you, because I recognize that's really what I was searching, is to hit that flow state, you know, and that feeling where time stands still. So going after that has made it so much more enjoyable. There's no pressure, right? It becomes a game. And you really start, you know, finding different ways to tap into that. And it's much like a surfer, you know, like I always wonder why these surfers go to Malibu or wherever, like early in the morning when it's freezing out there. You know, why do you get up and go there? And I recognize the same reason that I pick up my guitar every day. It's just you're searching for that flow state feeling.
I'm not there yet, but I'd like to get there. That's really cool.
I think that you can, you know, and I really believe that you don't need tons of years and repetitions to get to that point. You have to be able to find magic in one note.
Ooh, that's good. I gotta write that down.
But it's really just you giving into that, right? And recognizing that, and it just comes from a mindset. And again, it may just be a thing of maturity, but
Yes, in one note. That's really good. So Do explain a little bit of your teaching style, because I touched on it briefly earlier, but what's your philosophy behind it? How did you come to even know that this would be such a thing that would work so well? Because my playing has grown exponentially since I've started the Ninja program. So explain the Ninja program and the thought process behind it and how you came upon it.
Okay, so it started with me just recognizing that I like coaching. I like helping people. And upon another reflection point, I knew that I always liked coaching people. I was really into sports. I still am, but like really into playing sports when I was younger, and I loved helping my friends get better, right? Because I would be the person who would practice shooting foul shots for hours on end, and then I would love help my friends. Oh, just do this with your hands, and then it'll make that happen, right? So recognizing that I've always had coaching in my DNA, it just translated perfectly into guitar. So when I got the opportunity to start coaching, that was really the beginning of my whole next phase of the journey, which is it was easy, and when something's easy, it's usually because it's natural for you,
right?
So I had no experience, or like training to be a coach. It just happened, and people would come in and be like, what do you want to learn? And we would build a course from there. I just loved helping them,
right?
And I loved, because for me it was sharing what the feeling that I was getting inside, like this is what guitar playing and music has done for me. You can do that, right? And that mixed with trying to pull the best out of somebody, really drives me. So the Guitar Ninja program that we created stemmed from me being overwhelmed with work, right? Now, I always try and go above and beyond delivering service to my clients. So when I started, it was just me. We didn't have a team. We didn't have anything. And I found it to be very effective to give people lesson videos to recap what we did in the lesson, so they could actually see me, right? Well, when you have 50 or 60 students, that's a lot of lesson videos per week, right? So I was like, we need to formulate this and create an actual program so that I don't have to be doing this all the time, right? Let's optimize how we're doing things. So that was the beginning of what is now Guitar Ninjas. Now the philosophy of it, that's just always been my way of coaching, right? And it's very simple. It's just using the guitar as a conduit for life skills, right? Like seeing the potential in somebody and helping them understand that they have that.
Right. But explain exactly what it is. So you take
Okay, you're
song.
talking about Guitar Ninjas. Okay,
so take a song.
The methodology is at its core simplifying a song to a step-by-step basis, but like even deeper than that. Like step one is, what are you going to do with your what's called your fretting hand? Okay, like how you're pressing down on the strings.
So which would be your left hand?
For some people, right hand for lefties. Yes. What are you doing with that? What are the biomechanics that you need to do? Let's only do that. Let's not strum. Let's not label the chords. Let's just work on moving your fingers and getting it down to just focus on one finger and then two fingers and then three. Like literally taking it step by step, and then bringing in your strumming hand and then combining that, and then at a slow speed with a recording, and then going up and up and up. So you get this combination of very micro movements while you're able to track your success. So by going along to a recording or a song at a slow speed, you have this goal of, I want to get to 100. Right? So within each song, you're getting the sense of completion and growth. We put that into a program that's very much like karate for guitar.
Yep.
Right? So in karate, you learn different skill sets per level, and then when you ascend to the next level, you get a different color belt. Well, in Guitar Ninjas, you get a different color guitar pick. Right? So it's an 8-level program, and within each level, there's anywhere from 2 to 15 songs that you're learning. Each song has very specific chords, chord movements, transitions, rhythm patterns, theory, everything that you're going to need to know to have what I call guitar freedom, right? The ability just to pick up your guitar and just play something, right? Doesn't have to be a song, it could just be something. And the program works where each song, you're learning these skills, we're breaking them down to a very specific level, and you just stack on top of it, so it's a motivator while you're learning biomechanics.
It's brilliant because you can't pass on to the next song, like you said, until you get done with that one. And each time you're building the skill set, and then before you know it, you're just playing like a pro. I mean, bar chords used to be insane for me, and now I'm just playing them with such great ease, and I really attribute it to the Ninja program, because otherwise, I mean, I just would have been, you know, playing muted strings forever. So in addition to the Ninja program, like if they want to do it with you or one of your employees, there's also an online program, right? So how does that work?
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. We did a soft launch last year, and we're really moving into a bigger launch this year. So because we have a method, a set curriculum, I was able to spend all of last year documenting it in high definition video and audio, and you get this thing, what we call the practice portal. So our entire program, all I think it's 58 songs, is documented there, and you get access to it, and you follow the videos just like you would an in-person lesson. Now, the thing that differentiates us from any other site available is that we provide live feedback.
Oh.
So you can go, I mean, there's tons of great YouTube tutorials of people showing songs and techniques, and there's online courses, but none of them offer live feedback, which is the missing element. Like, you absolutely need that. As good of a learner as one may be, you have to have a coach. You know, like, you have to know when you're doing something right or when you're doing something wrong. So with our program, you get full access to the online videos, but then you also get 2 15-minute Skype sessions with one of our trained coaches, and what they're going to do is answer your questions for the song that you're working on and look at your hands and say, I think you should do this, this, and this, kind of just giving you shortcuts to complete the song, right? It's the main advantage of having a set curriculum, is that all of our coaches are trained to look for these specific things. Because we teach the same songs and we have such a large amount of students, we're able to find the common problems and train the staff on how to help people get over those problems quickly.
And a lot of people think, because I have people come up to me like, oh, you play guitar, that's so cool, how do you do it? And I'm like, well, I really highly recommend lessons, because I don't care how many YouTube videos you watch and how well you think you have the song down, you still might be making the transition from G to D in a way that makes no sense, like I was. So that's why what you do is so valuable, because you can zone in and pinpoint any problem and make playing so much more efficient. So highly recommend that. And that's at guitarninja.co, right?
Yeah, guitarninjas.co, yeah.
So, and how much does that cost? Is it a monthly cost?
It's a monthly cost, and it's $30.
$30.
Yeah, so,
well worth it.
Yeah, I mean, like, you get $30 to get you online access to all the videos and 2 15-minute in-person Skype sessions.
Yeah, that's an amazing price, actually. When you think about it comparatively for how much it would be in person, it's a great savings.
You just have to equate it to time, right? So, like, how much time are you investing in YouTube videos and getting frustrated, right? Where you can cut that in half and cut your frustration in half by having someone provide you feedback.
Right. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm down. I'm gonna do it. I actually already
I know a guy
part of it.
if you need a coach.
So you also have a product line that you're working on. Now, I know you said that's mostly in studio that you're selling it, but what kind of things are you doing right now? What are you looking to do in the future? Tell me about that.
Sure. That has been a very interesting avenue that appeared last year, and I can see now is going to be probably the next pathway for me, you know, moving up in my career, is creating what I call learning tools. So we have our merchandise line, and I found a really great artist who really understood the philosophy of the school and what I'm going for, and I had him create a whole bunch of really cool shirts and necklaces and just what we call tribe wear. So people that are in the Guitar Ninjas program are part of our tribe, so we have tribe wear. And we sell those on our site and everything, but really what I'm going after are the learning tools. And again, it gets back to having a curriculum. So when you are able to get data, you're able to make decisions, and you're able to pinpoint what is working and what's not. And then what we've done is found areas that are consistently problems for people and create tools to help them. Now, I can't go into too much detail, only because we're in negotiations right now with a couple of things.
Secrets.
But we've created products that are going to make the most common challenges that beginner guitar players face much easier to overcome.
Wow.
Yeah, and then
so there'll be things you wear.
Yep, they're going to be things you wear, and in the future we're developing AR technology.
What's AR?
Augmented reality.
Ooh.
So think of it like Pokemon Go, right? Pokemon Go is augmented reality, where you have a real picture, like it's coming up on your camera, and then there's an image imprinted on that picture. So we've just begun the process of developing a tool that's going to, I really think, change how people learn skills.
This is the future, folks.
Yeah.
Get ready for it.
Pretty excited about that.
Speaking about skills, you've got skills with your hands that don't involve guitars too, because you're a hand model. I don't know that you do it as much anymore.
I call myself semi-retired.
Semi-retired, okay. But in your heyday, you had an experience with William Shatner.
Oh yeah, it was awesome.
Okay, so let's hear it.
With me and Billy, we got
Billy
intimate.
Bob. No, there's no Bob in his name.
This was one of the things that where people were like, oh, only in LA this would happen.
Yeah.
So I am a professional hand model. Yes, I have an agent. and
Let's talk
everything like
about
that.
how that started just for a minute. Let's sidetrack.
Yeah, for sure. So I was on Craigslist. You know what Craigslist is?
Yes.
Okay, some people don't. I don't know. Looking for a guitar gig. Right, like something, and then there was a sign that said male hand model.
How did you not think you were gonna get murdered when you read that?
It was a complete goof because my roommate at the time was like, well, let's just take pictures and send in our hands. Because we were just watching Zoolander. You ever see the movie Zoolander?
Yes.
Right? And you know where David Duchovny has like his hand in the bubble.
Oh, I don't even remember that.
So we
funny.
saw that, and literally the next day this comes up, and we're like, oh, let's submit our hands. So he submit his, I submit mine, and then I got a call back. So I get a call from this agency, and Body Parts Models is what they're called. And
again, how did you not think you were going to get murdered? Body Parts Models?
No. The story gets
I would
better.
be waiting for the saw to come at my body.
I was 25 years old.
All right. Keep going.
I was invincible. So anyway, they bring me down to their office on Wilshire Boulevard, and I just walk in. They take a couple more pictures of my hands, and that was it. Right? They're like, okay, good, thanks. I get a call a week later from them saying, we want to sign you. Can you come down and meet the owner? Now, this whole time I'm thinking, this is whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm into playing guitar. Like, this is not very rock and roll with me. So we go to the agency's, the owner's house, which is on Coldwater Canyon. It was at the time. And it was such a surreal moment because I'm sitting in this really nice house, and then this woman walks out with this cloak, you know what I mean? Like just like this total princess moment, you know what I mean? Where,
was it a fur cloak?
Oh, I don't know. It's just like one of those things where you're like, what am I even doing right now? Like, just long flowing dress and everything like that. And she walks right up to me, doesn't say hi, doesn't introduce herself, doesn't want to know my name, walks right up to me, grabs my hands and goes, I need to see them. Just like that. I was like,
gross.
Whatever. She grabs my hands, looks at him.
So did she just look at him really intently?
Grabs my hands, right? Looks at him, and he goes, they're beautiful. I want to sign you. Sign me right there. Right? And then I had to go and get this thing called a Z card, which is the same as an actor's headshot.
Oh my God.
So before I know it, a week later, I'm on Sunset Boulevard doing test shoots with my hand halfway down some girl's pants because they thought that was good. And I'm like, all right. This is a gig.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. And then a month later, I ended up getting the Apple iPod Nano. Remember those small?
Yes.
Right. So I got that was my first gig. I got that. And then I ended up getting a few other jobs. And then one time we were on the set, and they wouldn't tell us who the celebrity was. They just said, there's a celebrity coming. You know, you have to be cool, wash your hands, everything, whatever. William Shatner walks in, right? And I knew, as soon as he gets out of the car, I didn't see him, but he starts talking. He's got one of those voices where you're like, surprise line guy, Captain Kirk. So he walks in, and he was totally cool, really, really awesome. And it was for a show he was doing. I can't remember the name of the show. But they're like, I want you to put your hands in his mouth. In his mouth, straight up in his mouth. And he's like, yeah, no, just do it. No, he's like, just shove him in there.
He said that to you?
Yeah. He was very awesome. So I'm thinking, what the hell am I doing? Here I am, my hands down William Shatner's mouth. And then,
for how long were they inserted?
We did 10 takes. Each with 4 or 5 seconds each. But they were really into it. So cover his mouth, hands in the mouth, whatever. You never know what you're gonna do,
Wow, you know what? I had heard this story before, but I never knew your hands were actually inserted. I always thought it was just over his mouth.
Oh, no, totally in his mouth.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What would you do if your hands were sweating in that moment?
I'd dry him off. I mean, I don't know. I was more nervous that he was going to bite my fingers off. I'm like, I'm a
Right.
guitar player. You know?
Right. You'd
Guitar
be done
player first,
for.
hand model second.
Right,
You know?
yeah.
Like, don't bite
These are the
down.
money makers for
Yeah.
you in every sense of the word.
Seriously.
The face is good, but the hands are more important.
Got to get these things insured.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, that was awesome. So I ended up doing a lot of really cool gigs. I was the spokesperson or the hand model
Handsperson.
for Porsche for a
Ooh.
few years, which was awesome. And I did the Apple iPhone, I think it was 4,
Okay.
which paid for my wedding, which was awesome.
That's great.
Yeah.
Wow. Any other weird encounters with celebrities, whether in hand modeling or music, or cool encounters?
Oh, music! I got to meet my hero. I met Jimmy Page. Which
wow.
Was like, I'm surprised I was even able to say anything.
What did you say?
I thanked him. You know, I was like, you know, what I get to do with my life now is help people through the guitar, and you started that journey. So thank you for doing that. Thank you for being true to your music. And I gave him a Guitar Ninja's black pick. He got the first honorary black pick, and he was very, very nice about it. And shook my hand twice. He's like, I really appreciate what you're doing, and it was the best it could have been, other than him saying, "Hey, you want to go jam?" It was amazing.
And through your daughter's eyes, you also stood next to a Jenner, I'm told.
Oh yeah, at
You stood
Coachella.
next to it, and you didn't know who the Jenners were, so that was a big moment for you.
I
clearly.
had no idea. We had artist passes to Coachella last year because of another guitar student I have, and we're backstage and she's freaking out because they're the Kardashians or Jenners. I don't watch that kind of TV or really follow that, so I was like, okay, that's cool. Oh, there's Lenny Kravitz. Oh my God.
No, that I would freak out for too.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
He's amazing.
I was standing next to Lenny Kravitz watching A$AP Rocky at Coachella. I'm like,
did you talk to Lenny Kravitz?
Yeah, no, it was so loud.
He couldn't.
Yeah.
Okay, just looked at him.
Yeah.
And I want to close out on one cool thing with you, because I thought it was so interesting. When you got back from Coachella, you were talking about how you were really enamored with electronic music. So there's a lot of people who think, oh, electronic music, it's bullshit, it's not real music.
That's me. That was me.
That was you before. So what changed your mind on that, and what inspires you about it?
That was probably one of the most eye-opening experiences of the past 5 years for me, and I didn't recognize how jaded I had become with music until that point. So what changed it was experiencing it. Because I think that music or really any situation, it has to be experienced in the right medium for you to get the full impact, right? And when we were there, I mean, we were really close to the stage, and the PA was so loud, and the bass was so just like it filled your rib cage, like it filled your whole body. And with the lights going on and just everybody moving, like you can't not move, right? Like EDM is it's rhythmic music, so like that's just the most basic part of who we are. That goes back to like drum circles in Africa, and having those lights there and feeling that music, and then just this 50,000 people standing around you, like all just grooving to this thing. It was amazing. I look forward to going back to this year and experiencing that again.
I want to experience it too, because I feel I'm still a little jaded. I'm finally starting to get it more, but I want to have that all-encompassing
You have to
experience.
go to it, because it doesn't. I don't think it translates well through speakers, like through like headphones or whatnot. Like I try.
It's too easy to dismiss it.
Exactly, especially like when you play an instrument, an acoustic instrument, and like rock and roll really can translate because it's a live band. Like the engineers capturing
Live
magic.
music.
Yeah, right? It's happening right there. Like they get the mojo. But with EDM, it's fake, not fake music, but it's not a real person playing the actual part, right? It's a real person like orchestrating it, which is a huge talent in itself. But to go there and feel it and see it, and you have all the different stimuli working, it was amazing, really amazing.
All right, I'm gonna check it out. One thing before we go, you're a teacher.
I am.
You're a really good teacher.
Thank you.
What's the most important lesson you've learned?
The most important lesson I've learned is that I can't control everything, and that I need to only control what I can control, and everything that's outside of my control is what it is. The way of the Stoics.
Okay. I think that's a good lesson for everybody. Yeah, because otherwise you'll be miserable all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't want that. And I highly, highly, for anybody who's listening or watching, recommend going to look up Jason, look up what he's doing. invest in that monthly program. I'm telling you, it will change your life. If you want to be a musician, it is never too late. You have students of all ages.
All ages.
All ages, like guys in their 50s even.
6 to 60.
Yeah, that's right. And hey, if you're 70, we don't want you to be left out either. So check it out. It's guitarninja.co. Ninjas,
Yeah.
plural, .co. You're on Instagram at guitar_ninjas and Facebook.com/Hollywood Guitar Ninjas. Look him up. He's doing big things. He is the future of guitar and music in this country. I really think the way he teaches is going to revolutionize everything. Cool. So I thank you for being with me today. It was
I'm glad
an
we got to
honor.
chat, yeah.
I know, because we start going long in our lessons, and it's like, got to play the guitar too. So thank you for tuning in. You know where you can find Jason. I just told you all the places, but you can, if you want to say bye to them, you can look in that camera and say bye.
See ya.
And I'm Lauren LoGrasso. You can find me at Lauren LoGrasso on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and at LoLoGro on Snapchat. I kept that one alive for you there. I appreciate you. Have a beautiful day, and look up Jason. He's amazing.
Thanks, Lauren.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.